Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're taking a close look at a topic that, might seem a bit behind the scenes, but is absolutely critical to the survival and success of any restaurant. We're talking about grease trap maintenance. Now, I know exactly what you might be thinking. It's just a routine, messy chore, right? But what the data actually reveals is that this mundane task is literally the backbone of a functional commercial kitchen. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly why ignoring this chore is hands down one of the most dangerous gambles a food service operator can make.
So what really happens when routine grease trap cleaning is postponed? Well, it's incredibly tempting to push off a cleaning for another week or maybe another month, especially when things seem to be flowing just fine. But postponing this service triggers what we can really only describe as a devastating domino effect. Today, we're going to trace that exact chain reaction, seeing how a simple, deferred chore quietly transforms into a sudden, highly expensive operational disaster that can literally shut down an entire restaurant.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The hidden kitchen threat.
Before we talk about the disasters, we really need to understand the mechanics. The core of this issue comes down to FOG, fats, oils, and grease. As you know, these are the inescapable byproducts of cooking. The whole purpose of a grease trap is to act as a crucial interceptor, capturing this fog before it can ever reach the municipal sewer lines. Doing this ensures cleaner internal plumbing for your restaurant, and critically, it keeps the business in full compliance with local wastewater rules. Think of it as the ultimate gatekeeper between your kitchen's heavy output and the city's infrastructure. Now, the absolute most important thing to remember here, and our source material stresses this heavily, is that grease doesn't just magically disappear. It accumulates. In week 1, you just have a slow, entirely invisible accumulation of fog layers. Nothing seems wrong at all. But by month 1, those layers actually start to thicken and solidify, significantly reducing the flow capacity of your pipes. And then, by month 2, you hit the tipping point. A sudden, severe blockage entirely disrupts your kitchen operations. The trap doesn't fail all at once, you see. It's a slow, creeping progression that silently chokes the plumbing.
Let's move on and see how this builds in Section 2, blockages and costly backups.
There's a really dangerous myth in the restaurant industry. It's that initial glance down the drain where an operator thinks, hey, it's not that full, we can definitely wait. But actually, scratch that. That not that full state is a complete illusion simply because of how fog solidifies and restricts flow. It escalates with shocking speed from what looks like a minor accumulation into a full-blown, code-red operational problem that requires immediate intervention.
When that system finally becomes overwhelmed, the consequences are immediate and, frankly, they're severe. Wastewater actively backs up into plumbing fixtures and nearby drains. We are talking about highly contaminated water entering food service areas. This creates instant, severe sanitation concerns. The moment this happens, your staff has to drop absolutely everything. The labor needs for cleanup skyrocket, and because of the gross nature of the waste, you can't just mop it up with some bleach. You're very likely going to require expensive professional remediation just to make the kitchen safe for food prep again.
For anyone who has ever worked in or managed a high-throughput kitchen, you know this truth intimately. Every single minute matters. I mean, imagine this backup happening during a Friday night dinner rush. There's no way you can just power through it. Even short interruptions to service are incredibly expensive when you factor in lost revenue, wasted food, and comped meals. A sudden plumbing failure during peak service hours isn't just a minor nuisance. It's a massive, direct hit to your daily bottom line.
So, the crucial point is how this spills over. Section 3. Pests, odors, and compliance. Neglected traps become a literal sensory nightmare. The organic material rotting inside those lines produces highly offensive, strong odors that actively waft up from drains and venting systems right into your customer areas. And, where there's rotting organic material, pests are definitely going to follow. These unmaintained environments act as a beacon, attracting flies and rodents. At this point, the hidden kitchen secret is completely exposed. It damages the customer experience severely and becomes a major public-facing reputational risk. In the age of online reviews, a bad smell in the dining room can do lasting damage to your brand.
Beyond your customers, you also have the city to answer to. Local regulations strictly mandate exactly how restaurants manage grease discharge. And this isn't just arbitrary red tape. It's explicitly designed to prevent serious environmental harm and catastrophic damage to municipal infrastructure. The city's sewer system simply cannot handle raw fog, which is exactly why the legal burden of catching it is placed entirely on the food service operator. Falling behind on this maintenance creates a very clear legal domino effect. Step 1, you skip or postpone your scheduled cleaning. Step 2, you face surprise local inspections, which, by the way, frequently occur in many jurisdictions, specifically checking grease interceptors. Step 3, because you lack the required maintenance logs, you're hit with costly violations or hefty fines. This is exactly why keeping documented service records with qualified, licensed providers is your absolute best shield. It proves your compliance and totally removes the uncertainty of surprise inspections.
Let's look at the numbers. Section 4, the true financial cost.
And this brilliantly illustrates the stark financial contrast between being proactive and being reactive. On one side, we have routine maintenance. It's a scheduled, highly predictable line item in your budget, and it's super easy to coordinate around your kitchen's operating hours. On the other side, we have emergency repairs. Now, this means paying premium, after-hours rates for rushed pumping, getting billed for additional troubleshooting, paying for extensive plumbing repairs, and bleeding money through extended restaurant downtime. It's a no-brainer, right?
To really anchor the financial reality here, consider the absolute worst-case scenario. Repeated overflows and severe neglect don't just cause clogs, they can fundamentally damage your plumbing infrastructure. Replacing damaged drain lines under a commercial kitchen floor, that is a massive, incredibly expensive construction project. Preventative maintenance literally costs pennies on the dollar compared to the sheer financial weight of ripping up your floor for structural repairs.
Which brings us to our final point, Section 5. Proactive restaurant maintenance.
Now, what's really interesting about this information is how highly specific these operational protocols are. You don't just guess when to clean the trap. Step 1, you align your cleaning frequency directly with your actual kitchen output, specifically how much fry-based cooking and high-grease food you're actually producing. Step 2, you lock that into a strict, non-negotiable maintenance calendar. Step 3, you actively train your staff to monitor early warning signs, things like slow drainage or recurring odors, catching them long before they become backups. And finally, Step 4, you exclusively use documented service plans from licensed professionals to ensure the whole shebang is done to code.
I want to conclude this explainer with this really powerful quote straight from the source material. Grease trap cleaning isn't optional extra work. It's infrastructure protection. I love that, because it completely reframes the task from being a messy chore to being a vital business shield. When you neglect it, you aren't just saving a few bucks this month, you're risking the entire operation. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Are you actively protecting your infrastructure right now? Or are you just sitting back, waiting for the dominoes to fall?